back here, my pretty people, all of you, my brave people. A lot is happening here. Let's talk about it. So, as the title suggests, I guess we all know what we're talking about as we can see what is going on around us, what is happening around us. And let's break it down together as to what led to this. Like, why is it escalating so much if this is the first time that it happened? Because it's not the first time that this has happened. So let me break it down for you from whatever I could find and whatever I can fit in this video. I would like to break it down for you. So it all started in 1947, which was the first war between India and Pakistan, which was for Jammu and Kashmir. I think so, we all know that. And that led to the formation of the LOC. Fast forward to 1965, we have a second India versus Pakistan war again. Now we get to 1971. India helped Bangladesh separate from Pakistan. It helped Bangladesh to get its independence from Pakistan. So that's why I really am questioning the Bangladeshis saying that they want to attack us, because if it wasn't for the help of the Indian government and the Indian soldiers, they wouldn't have the independence right now. Let's not forget that. So now we get to 1999, where we had the Kargil war, where Pakistani forces infiltrated the Indian territory once again. And now we get to 1984 to 2003. We have a lot of different things happening. We have the Sichuan conflict and Indian-Pakistan standoff. A lot of things happened. Like India and Pakistan has been in a debate for a long time, but we have never attacked them. Let's not forget that. We have never ever attacked them. At the most, we've tried to have a diplomatic conversation with them so as to stop all of this. That has never seemed to work. Very evidently so. Now we get to one of the most well-known strikes, that is the surgical strike, where India once again did not target the civilians, because we are not cowards. We don't target civilians who are unarmed. We don't target them. We won't. We are not the type of people to do that. So, but we only struck the people who caused our people harm. And we all know who they are. They're the terrorists, of course. They're the terrorists. Who else? Who else? Which normal person will risk their lives, will risk their whole future, their whole entire life to come and attack in a foreign country just so to get some kind of revenge? Revenge for what even? So yes, with that, and then we also come to know, due to this whole war thing, we are also coming to know that the Pakistani government is actually really backing up these terrorists. We can really see it. We can really see that they're backing them up, because if they weren't backing them up, why will we see a representative of the government of Pakistan say this? And why will we see another one say something like this? They call them freedom fighters. Can you imagine calling terrorists, killing unarmed people who mean no harm to you, killing them just because they were an easy target, just so that you can take your revenge by harming people who doesn't even know you. They don't even know who you are and what they did to deserve what they got. So again, we never started any of it. At times we retaliated, but even when we retaliated, we never targeted the civilians. We always targeted the terrorist camps. So yes, so we have now the 2019 Balakot airstrikes. So this one, it was due to the attack that their terrorists once again attacked our Pulwama citizens. Our Pulwama citizens, not even the military or the forces or the police. They attacked our citizens once again, our citizens. And even this time, we did not at all target their citizens. We carried out the Balakot airstrike, which targeted once again only the terrorist camps. Only the terrorist camps. Now fast forward to 22nd of April 2025, we will see the Pahalgam terrorist attack carried by none other than the Pakistanis themselves once again. Once again, where we lost 25 Indian civilians and one Nepali civilian. Can you imagine going to a foreign country and thinking that you'll have the best time and instead ending up being taken to your hometown in a coffin? Can you imagine? Can you even imagine that? Can you imagine how their family would feel receiving their loved one in a coffin after they just went for a simple vacation? All they wanted to do was have a good time, get a vacation for themselves. Once again, they attacked the innocent, the unarmed. So, they never actually have the audacity, let me just say, they never ever have the audacity to attack our armed forces directly, because they know that they're no match for our armed forces. Our armed forces is way more stronger than them, so they're no match. And so here we are about to head into war because apparently the Pakistani government are calling them maybe freedom fighters. I've never seen a freedom fighter who will go about and kill innocent people. So with that, all of that being said, I know I sound angry, I might sound angry, but I am not a person who would be in favor of any kind of violence, any kind of war. I always believe that there's always a diplomatic way out of it. That's why we have diplomats. I always believe that. But looking at this, in this situation, it has really changed my perspective. For this specific situation, it has really changed my perspective because time and time again, we have tried to be diplomatic to them. But what did they do? They always attacked our civilians. Always attacked our civilians. They never dared to attack the, let's say, even our police force. They've never had the audacity. They always target our civilians, and we've never done that because we will never stoop that low. We will never do that. And even though they've done this for like how many? 8 times they've done this. And that to mass killings. It's not just 1-2 people, like mass killings all the time. And if not mistaken, the Pahalgam was one of the attacks which had the most civilian casualties so far because of terrorist attack. And there were 26 of them. So you can imagine that even before also, even if this is the most number, even before also we've had attacks and they've done the same. They've killed many. And we have tried to be diplomatic each time. We've tried to bring justice each time by never ever touching their civilians. Never ever touching their civilians. So, I would say that as we all know, Pakistan is a one religion nation. It is a one religion nation, and we are not a one religion nation. Our nation is so diverse. We have so many languages, most of the dialects which I don't even know of. So we have that many languages, that many cultures, so many customs, so many beliefs, and we all try to live with each other in peace and harmony. Of course, no one said that it was easy, because it's not. Of course, internally, also in our country, we always have a lot of disputes. It's not that we're free of that just because it's such a diverse country and we live in harmony. No, yes, we do live in harmony. We do have unity, But there are times where the situation just asks for it, where there are internal disagreements, but that has never led us to be separated, to leave each other during times like these. It has never led us to abandon each other. We've always maintained our unity, especially in times like these. Even though we might not agree with each other's perspectives all the time, but what is right, and what is wrong is wrong. And again, I'm not in favor of war or anything, but this has gone way too far. And we never ever touched their civilians. They have touched ours. A lot of them. We've never touched their civilians. It was only the armed terrorists. And they never sent out, uh, we never even harbor terrorists also. So our justice was being served by our brave soldiers, who I truly appreciate. For every time I sleep at night now, I truly feel so appreciative of them, because if they weren't the ones who are at the border, how would we sleep peacefully? They're risking their lives. How would we sleep peacefully if they weren't there? So, with that being said, you can see, if you just watch carefully, in Pakistan, the most funny thing is they're fighting all of this. I don't know, what do they want, to be honest. Maybe they want part of Kashmir. They can't even handle their own country. Can you imagine? They can't even handle their own country, because if you look at Pakistan right now, they have their own people killing their own soldiers. Yes, I'm talking about Baluchistan. Baluchistan. Okay, I'm talking about that. They have a Baluchistan Liberation Army, which is dedicated to fight against the Pakistani soldiers, because they want their independence from Pakistan. They don't want to be a part of it anymore. They want independence from them. But Pakistan is not letting them go. It is not letting them go. So hence they are retaliating, they are fighting, and whose lives are lost in here? Whose life is lost in here? Again, the soldiers. The soldiers' lives are lost in this. Not the executives or anyone, not even the terrorists. The soldiers' lives are being lost here. It just happened right after the strike from India also. The Balochistan Liberation Army, once again they struck the soldiers of Pakistan, because this one freedom. They're tired. They don't want to be a part of Pakistan. I think so. We can all kind of see now why. Because who would want to be a part of a government which would support terrorists? Who? So, now coming to Operation Sindoor, which I didn't expect to happen, but yes, here we are. So, it happened, and it happened on the 7th of May. At around, the news came to us at around 1:40 a.m. And this operation, once again, it didn't target civilians. We never target civilians. I am so proud of us to say that we never targeted civilians. So yes, we once again targeted 9 terrorist camps. Our forces launched around 8 missiles, if not mistaken. You can fact check me that. And we targeted 9 terrorist camps, not the civilians. We never touched the civilians, because we are not we are not the type of people to just harm civilians unreasonably. Just because they harmed ours, we're not going to harm theirs, because they didn't do anything to us. Their civilians aren't the one who came and killed our civilians. They're common civilians, what I mean. It's not them who came and killed our civilians, our brothers and sisters. It was their funded terrorists, their government funded terrorists. So yeah. And guess what? Pakistan counter-struck. They didn't counter-strike our Indian army, our Indian navy, our brave soldiers. They didn't counter strike any of those. Where did they counter strike? They counter strike at Punch and Rijori, where we once again lost innocent civilian lives. We lost innocent civilian lives once again because they decided to strike once again at our civilians. I don't know how many times will they keep doing this, but yes, we have lost civilians again because of them. Because of them, we have lost again. And we didn't even target their civilians, we only targeted their terrorists. And let's not forget, we never started this. We never started this thing. We never, especially as Pahalgam, I can say it to you, we never started this. Their terrorists came into our nation, killed our civilians, and escaped and are being hidden by the government because they are harboring those terrorists. Go look anywhere. You will see it yourself that Pakistan has been known to harbor terrorists. They have been known to harbor terrorists. And they can't strike us and say that we came here to we killed these people because we knew that they were terrorists. No, we don't harbor terrorists. So they are just killing civilians just to say that we're retaliating because you said something bad about us. You gave us a reason to talk bad about you. You're by attacking us, you gave us a reason to talk bad about you. So yes, I I am not in favor of war, but they have been attacking us so much that is gone over the head at this point. And like I said, we all know, we've all seen it all over the news that Pakistan harbors terrorists. If they didn't harbor terrorists, why would they call them our freedom fighters? Why would they call them that? We tried being civilized, we tried being diplomatic, we tried talking it out, we tried everything, and we've never touched their civilians, but they don't understand that language. All they understand is war, they understand violence, they understand killing innocent lives just for their benefit. Just, I don't know, they'll get what? I don't know. I fail to understand what they'll get, but that's what they love doing. And so, do not be deceived. Do not be emotionally blackmailed by your Instagram memes and whatnot. Do not be emotionally blackmailed because we never touched them. If they never touched us, we wouldn't have touched them. We don't have any interest in touching them. They're not benefiting us in any way. So yes. And our Operation Sindoor actually really harmed their government's ego because we struck at this Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jase Mohammed terrorist camps. We struck there, and of course, uh, the terrorists who were present at that time were injured. Some of them were killed. I'm not afraid to say that because we didn't start it, and we have tried many times to never ever harm anyone, but they don't understand that language. They only understand the language of war and the language of taking innocent lives. And we didn't take innocent lives. We didn't. We didn't take innocent lives at all. So, I want to ask you this. Do we not have the right to defend ourselves? Do we not have the right to support our brave soldiers because they are trying to defend us? Time and time again, we have tried to be civilized. We have tried to be diplomatic. They don't understand that language. I really strongly believe they don't understand that language. So yes, do we not have the right to protect ourselves? Do we not have the right to do so? And yes, right now, coming to Instagram, I've been seeing a lot of people posting this one picture which said that in between the war, the civilians are being killed. We never intended to touch civilians. They touched our civilians first, and even then, We didn't touch their civilians. We didn't target the civilians. We actually just targeted the terrorists. We never targeted the civilians. We only targeted the terrorists. And what did they do? They retaliated in what way? By targeting our civilians, not our soldiers, our civilians. So, do we not have the right to be angry at what they are doing and to actually want justice? Do we not have the right to do that? I am not in favor of war, but then if they don't understand it, sometimes you have to learn things the hard way. That's life. You have to learn things the hard way. I'm not saying that anybody has the right to kill anyone. No. And I'm not saying that we have the right to kill their people just because they killed us first. No. I'm not saying that. But we have tried to be diplomatic. They never listened. They never understood it. So how much more will we take it? How much more will we tolerate that? How much more? Now with that, I would just like to end this video by saying that let us all please remember our brave soldiers who are there at the front line, all our frontliners. Let us remember them in prayers, please. Please remember them in your prayers because they need it. Please remember them. Please remember their families in your prayers because they really need it. I can't imagine the sleepless nights of their family, especially during this time, knowing that their loved one might never come back because of what is going on. But I have faith in these people that they can fight it and they can come back home very victorious. So let us pray for them, please. Please let us pray for them that God will lead them and God will protect them and God will cover them and shield them during this time, because we never started it. Even God can see that we never started it. So he knows. He will do justice to us. He can see that we didn't start it. We didn't provoke it. They're the ones who wanted to start all of this. So we're not going to be the ones getting punished. God will avenge us. God will help us to fight these bad people. Let us pray for them. Let us pray that God will be with them as they fight for us so that we can have a peaceful sleep at night. You sleep peacefully at night because they're at the front line, they're at the borders. Let's not forget that. A huge respect to all of our soldiers.